What's up, guys? So today we will be predicting Appalachian State's schedule for the 2025 season. And I'll predict which games on the schedule I think they will win. And I'll also predict which games on the schedule I think they will lose. First, we're going to take a look at the schedule last year and tell you how they did last year. So in week 1, beat ETSU 38-10. That gave them a 1-0 overall record and a 0-0 conference record. And by the way, Appalachian State's in the Sun Belt. And then they lost to Clemson 66-20. That gave them a 1-1 overall record and a 0-0 conference record. And then they beat East Carolina 1-19. That gave them a 2-1 overall record and a 0-0 conference record. And then they lost to South Alabama 48-14. That gave them a 2-2 overall record and a 0-1 conference record. And then the game against Liberty was canceled due to the hurricane. And then they lost to Marshall 52-37. That gave them a 2-3 overall record and a 0-2 conference record. And then they lost to Louisiana Raging Cajuns 34-24. That gave them a 2-4 overall record and a 0-3 conference record. And then they beat Georgia State 33-26. That gave them a 3-4 overall record and a 1-3 conference record. And then they beat Old Dominion 28-20. That gave them a 4-4 overall record and a 2-3 conference record. And then they lost to Coastal Carolina 38-20. That gave them a 4-5 overall record and a 2-4 conference record. And then they beat James Madison 34-20. That gave them a 5-5 overall record and a 3-4 conference record. And then in the very last game, they lost to Georgia State 29-20. That gave them a 5-6 overall record and a 5-6 overall and 3-5 in the conference record. So yeah, they won it and Appalachian State was was okay last season. They did not go to a bowl. Good, but maybe Appalachian State's usually pretty slow, but last year they won it. But maybe they will be better in 25. And the first game of the season will be a neutral site game against Charlotte. Was a bad team last season. They went 5-7. I think App State will win this game, and I have the movement to 1-0 on the season. The next game for App State will be at home against Lindenwood. This is a cupcake game for App State. I think Lindenwood is a bad team. I think App State should win this game, and I have the movement to 2-0 on the season. The next game for App State will be on the road against Southern Miss. Went 4-8 last season, and I think App State will win this game, and I have the movement to 3-0 on the season. Following their game against Southern Miss, they will have a bye week. But after their bye week, they will go on the road to play Boise State. And this is a very hard game for App State. Boise State was really good last year, but I do know that they lost in their bowl game to Penn State, and I think App State will lose this game, and I have the movement to 3-1 on the season. The next game for App State will be at home against Oregon State. 3-1. 3-1. Oregon State went 5-7 last year, and I think App State will win this game, and I have the movement to 4-1 on the season. The next game for App State will be on the road against Georgia State. Last season, Georgia State was a bad team last season. App State will win this game, and I have the movement to 5-1 on the season. The next game for App State will be at home against Coastal Carolina. Last season, and we know the past 2 years, App State lost to Coastal Carolina. I think App State will win this game, and I have the movement to 6-1 on the season. The next game for App State will be on the road against Old Dominion. Last season, Old Dominion went 5-7. I think App State will win this game, and I have the movement to 7-1 on the season. The next game for App State will be at home against Georgia Southern. Last season, App State lost to this Georgia Southern team 29-20. I think App State will win this game, and I have the movement to 8-1 on the season. The next game for App State will be to 8-1 on the season. The next game for App State will be on the road against James Madison. Last season, James Madison was good last season, and App State beat them last year. I think App State will probably lose this game, and I have the movement to 8-2 on the season. The next game for App State will be at home against Marshall. Last season, Marshall was a good team last season, and I think App State will lose this game, and I have the movement to 8-2, and then this 8-2, and I have the movement to 8-3 on the season. The last game of The regular season for App State will be at home against Arkansas State. I don't know anything about Arkansas State. I think App State will win this game. And I have App State finishing the season with a 9-3 overall record. And I have App State doing on finishing the season with a 9-2 and an 8-1-2 and a 3-2 conference right there.